I was like, oh, maybe he like is running alongside of me or
Right.
something. I try not to think the worst immediately.
Understood.
And then he got closer and closer and then wrapped his arms
Okay, so
around
when
me.
he just came right out.
He like touched my breasts over my clothes.
Okay.
Just like touching my body, like just like moving his hands around as much as he could while he held my arms down.
Right.
I was screaming.
On August 12th, 2024, a group of elderly women was strolling through a park when they heard a woman shouting for help. Upon investigating, they discovered a man on top of her, fully clothed, and in the midst of sexually assaulting the woman. They intervened, and soon after, the cops arrived on the scene to control the situation.
Yeah. You got anything gonna poke me, stick me, stab me on your person? Or do you have any needles or anything on you? Step over here.
Can I get that back now?
I ask you a question. Do you have anything that's gonna poke me, stick me, or stab me?
No.
Okay, spread your feet apart. All right, take a seat inside.
I'm not trying to make it sound like
Reading.
I'm trying to like cheese my way out, but I probably do need to see like some type of
And
psychologist.
then you want to go along?
Of some sort.
781.
Why you said that?
I mean, I would say psychologist. I mean, that might have been, but just medical evaluation. I said for a mental checkup, like just
Are you on any meds or anything?
no,
That we should know?
just so
Number 8.
you know, it'd be like how I'm explaining the story. I try to explain it to the officer. I feel like it'd be best explaining it to like somebody in the medical field.
Okay, understood.
You know,
Hey,
somebody
look, I understand that.
26.
you
Yeah,
know, because you guys are out in the field and you get so many mates, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be best if because this stuff more than just this situation, you know what I mean?
okay.
You know, if it were to get into the legal.
Well, again,
So
I
it's
haven't asked you anything, but if you were on medication, that's about it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, I am. And I should be, but I never did follow up on it at all because
You had a doctor's appointment?
no, nothing like that. Like I got prescribed stuff like some years ago, but I never took it because you know I was stubborn. I'm like I didn't need it at all, and I never did because and then I kind of got. I could probably have a lot of other people testify or vouch for me. That, you know, it's like yeah, medication was because it's more or less that standard stuff that they would give you.
All right.
And, yeah, I mean, I'm being honest with you, man. Yeah, like I'm sure they'll look at my history and be like, yeah, he has been hospitalized before for mental. But
Well, just do me a favor.
do you see how I'm sounding right now?
I mean, I just met you, so I don't know how you sound from day one to day to right now. So, you know, this could be your normal tone, but if you're saying it's not, then
No, this is normally how I am, and I've been mentally evaluated. Just like how I'm talking to you right now.
right.
I've been for situations a little bit different, you know, pertaining to my own health.
Understood. I mean, if you know you need to, if you've had mental evaluations and you're supposed to be on medication, and so forth, but you know those things you got to keep up on just for your, you know, your mental health, you know, in general. So mental health in general, you got to keep up on, you know, whatever medications and so forth that you have. So, but like, again, you know, at this point, you know, just relax until someone comes and come talk to you. You know, it's gonna be a minute. So I can put some music on for you, and you can just sit back if you can, or to the side if you would like.
Why is there a kid here?
Well, this is a park, so people bring their kids to walk in the park. It's a public park at that, so. How is it? Alright. Not sure if you ever been through this before. Somebody ever read you your Mirandas before? Alright, so I'm gonna read your Miranda warning, okay? So just give me a second to just pay attention to what I say, okay? All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you are being questioned. You cannot, or if you cannot afford or hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not to answer any questions or make any statements. So, as I read you this, do you wish to speak to me if I have any questions? Yes or no?
I can't believe I really just thought of this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is this the part in the TV shows and movies?
What, is this a Miranda warning? Is this stating to you that if you wish to speak to me or make any statements toward me, that can or cannot be used against you in this?
I know this is
So it's
really
like-
stupid for me to say, but I was like, is that? I was just curious, more or less.
I
It's
just
like,
need-
is this usually the part where people like try to like stay silent and be like,
I mean, that is on you. My thing is, for me to ask you any questions or
I know.
anything.
I'm sorry, that was dickheadish for me to say.
No. For me to ask you any questions going forward, to say anything to you or ask you anything simple, so forth, I have to make sure that I've read your Miranda warning to you, so that you understand that whatever you say to me going forward can be used against you if you go to court. So that's up to you. If you want to speak to it, have a lawyer present or not, okay, that's cool. If you don't, that's also cool. You can tell me whatever you want to. If I ask you whatever questions you want to, you can answer those. If you choose not to, that's on you.
Can I see the medical?
I'm sorry.
Can I go to, like the medical?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can. You're always able
You said
to.
it. What is it, EMT there?
Yeah. Well, here's the question. What do you mean?
I'd like to get
Again,
diagnosed. That's what I mean.
okay. I can have medical come see you, but for a mental diagnosis, that's totally different. But right now, for the incident that's happened today, that's why I read your Miranda. So I just need to know if you do or do not want to speak to me.
Yeah, I'm following the med unit down to
So it's gonna need a verbal yes or no. No. Okay. So I'm not gonna ask you a question about the incident. What I'm gonna ask you is, what do you need to see the EMTs for? If it's just for a mental, you have to be evaluated down at the hospital. They can only check your vitals here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Evaluation.
Okay. No problem. Well, hang tight, sir.
After the guy was arrested, who still doesn't seem to grasp the severity of his situation, the officers now turn to the group of women who stepped in and witnessed the entire thing.
We were walking.
All three of you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're all together.
We were all together.
Okay.
But we heard her
came down
screaming, and we came running.
How long?
She was screaming for a while.
We were at the top of the hill,
Okay.
just coming down, and we're like, what is that?
We heard
First
it
we
so
thought it
far
was a
away.
bird, and then Donna said, well, foxes make that
Like
noise.
10 minutes?
No.
No, probably
less than five.
less than
probably.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
So you were on the road walking down?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
were
weren't
coming
very
down to take
far.
a hike,
Yeah.
and then we heard it, and we're like,
And then we just started
we're like, yeah, there's
walking real
something up.
fast.
Yeah.
And then I saw what was happening, and I'm just screaming for
Call
them to call
911,
911.
which we did.
And I went over to her. He was trying to say, "Oh, it's okay," like making it look like they were together.
Yeah, I'm
or-
just calming her down, is what he said.
He was like, "She's just embarrassed."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh hell no!" She was so afraid that we
Yeah.
would leave and believe her.
Yeah.
And I said, "No."
When he still didn't let her go, I picked
Where'd you
another
hit him
one.
with it?
Pardon me?
Where'd you hit him with it?
I hit him with the rock.
Yeah, where?
Oh, in the head.
Did you throw it or did you just...
No, I was right
she
there.
was
Okay.
right
She
was
on
like
top.
that.
She
I was
right.
holding on to her.
She-
I wouldn't let her go.
He was
He
there,
wouldn't let her go.
and the trick was here,
did they
and
stand
Donna
up at
was
that
here.
point?
Pardon me?
Did they stand up at that point?
No,
or
they were
all
crunched
on
down the
ground?
whole time. No, he wouldn't let her go.
What did he do
It's like-
when he finally let go?
He
walked away.
No, he got down and he was looking for something.
Yeah, he was
Where
looking
they
in the
were.
grass.
We think
They
there's
were right
something in
there.
there, like his car keys or something.
Yeah,
or
he lost something.
maybe he has drugs in there.
Or maybe it was his lighter because he went over to have a cigarette.
Oh, that
I don't
could be.
know. But
Yeah.
he stayed, because he was on top of her. And he started humping her, even though,
Dry humping?
yeah. And, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
And that's when I was going to hit him with the rock again, and he finally let her go.
Now that they've collected the witnesses' statements, the officers turn their attention to the victim. They need to calm her down, get her details, and understand exactly what happened so they can help her.
You can tell me as much as you want to. The thing is, I just gotta have a statement of the events that happened or that happened here, just so that we can put it onto a report.
and then we can go from there, okay? So if you can just tell me what happened.
I came for a run, to go for a run, something I do often. I parked at the upper lot by the lodge.
Okay.
And I ran down the road.
Right.
I ran along that sidewalk into this parking lot, and I saw the man there for the first time. And
Where did you see him?
like on the sidewalk, walking. He was kind of walking across the parking lot.
Okay.
And I was on the sidewalk, kind of jogging down.
Gotcha.
I ran past him, and then I ran around the building into one of these bathrooms.
Right. Do you know which one?
I think it was the first one.
Okay. All right. The first one here or the first one down there?
First one here.
Okay.
Yes. I went to the bathroom. I left the bathroom, and he was behind me.
Okay. So when you came out the door, you were facing.
No, I was facing that way.
That way, and he was coming from this way.
Exactly.
And he was just behind you.
He was behind me, and for a brief moment, I was like, oh, maybe he is running alongside of me or
Right.
something. I try not to think the worst immediately.
Understood.
And then he got closer and closer, and then wrapped his arms around me.
You just came right out, and then he just kind of close the distance, and were you walking away as he was closing the distance?
Yes.
Okay. So, and you said he wrapped his arms around.
He wrapped his arms
from
around
behind.
me. Yeah, from
Okay.
behind.
And what happened after that?
I began screaming.
Right.
He touched my breasts over my clothes.
Okay.
Just touching my body, just moving his hands around as much as he could while he held my arms down.
Right.
I was screaming.
Take your time.
And we kept moving around because I just kept trying to fight as much as I could.
You were in front of the bathroom, right?
Yeah, I couldn't really he was so much bigger than me. I couldn't get out, or I
Right,
couldn't really kick him or
had
anything.
you wrapped up in
Yeah.
this. Okay, understood. Just from getting out, just only doing this for report purposes.
Of course.
And so right around here, you were still
we were struggling, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what proceeded after that?
Somehow we ended up in that little set of bushes and rocks.
Did you fall in there, or just was standing up?
I think just because I was moving
Right.
around,
So you fell
in there, and so I fell onto my knees a little. He kept trying to touch me, get his hands into my pants.
Right.
And at that point in time, I pressed my phone and did the emergency call.
Right. You did the SOS through your phone?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. While you were still struggling inside
Yes,
the
while I
bushes.
was still struggling, still screaming.
Right. And he still was holding you. Were you on top, or was he?
He was, like that.
He was on top of you.
He was behind me, yeah.
Behind
kind
you,
of
but y'all fell back. He was on the gravel, or was you on the gravel?
No, it was I was on my knees and he was on top of me.
Okay.
Like that. And he was kind of grinding his body up against me. And I'm screaming, and the dispatcher was trying to get me to tell my location, and I was a little out of it. And he then started to talk to the dispatcher and say that he knew me and that I was being dramatic. I've never met this man.
Understood. What did he say to the dispatcher?
He's she's something to the extent of she's just being dramatic. She's like this. She wants this. And sometime after that, I look up and Donna, one of the women over there on the rocks.
Which one, the white shirt?
The far left, in the blue shirt.
Blue shirt, okay. You said Donna?
Was standing there. Her friends had called 911 as well, and Donna was trying to get him off of me.
Okay.
He was claiming to Donna the same thing, that I was just being dramatic, that he knew me.
Right.
And so Donna eventually came over. She tried to get him off of me. She struck him on the head with a rock.
Okay.
And that didn't really faze him. And she kind of grabbed my arm, and then he must have just let go of me finally. And then Donna and I walked towards the parking lot, and he walked away. And that was it.
Understood. So you walked out here to the parking lot, and he just kind of just moseyed on the way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So right now, what we're trying to do, the only reason why you're still here, what we're trying to do is to trying to figure out the charges for him right now. To sign up for charges. There's two things that can happen. You can come downtown to sign charges whatever charges we have for him, or I can sign on your behalf, whichever you're comfortable with. He's going to get charged regardless. So if you don't feel comfortable going downtown to signing, I can sign for you. So that's no big deal. Just want to let you know where we're at with it. We just got to figure out what we're going to charge him with. That's why he was speaking with our legal advisor. So, and that's why I had to get your statement, because the report has to be drafted, because he's going to have to go to court anyway for this incident right now. So
You'll be in line for that?
It's up to you. If you don't feel comfortable going on there and signing, because it may be another 10 or 20 minutes, I understand that. I'll go sign, no problem.
Is there any risk in you signing, if that makes sense?
No.
It's
gonna work the same way.
Okay.
Normally, I ask, but most of the time I end up signing anyway, because there's no reason to take you from here. You can go home. And if we had to contact you, we'd contact you. I would just say stay here for right now, just in case we need anything else from you. But as far as this goes, right now we should not. But I'm not in control of the situation. I'm not in control of the scene right now. That's why I have a lieutenant here, have a sergeant here, and I'm gonna see if we can have our detectives come out. Okay. So I will let you know. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
After getting more details on the horrific incident, the officers returned to the brave woman who took action to collect the final details for the report.
She said that you assisted her when she was being attacked. Can you tell me what you did? How did it start from what you saw?
Well, we were coming, down here to come, and we heard her screaming.
Right.
And so we ran down, and then those girls stayed up there and called 911, and I came over.
Right.
And he was trying to say, oh, we're together or whatever, something he tried to make it look like they were together, and she's just being dramatic, and then he said she's just embarrassed, and he he had her on his lap, and I just came over and grabbed her hand, and I was trying to pull her, and I told him, the police are on their way, we called 911, and I was cussing her, let her go.
Did you strike him with a rock?
I did.
Okay. I mean, I'm glad you did.
I wish I would have hit him harder.
Well,
he still didn't let her go. When I hit
understood.
him. And he fell on
Was
top
it a large or small rock, or you just throw it at him, or you just
I hit
straight?
him.
Okay.
It was about that big.
All right.
And then he fell forward, and he was dry humping her, and he was on top of her, and I picked up another rock. I was going to hit him hard.
Right.
I wanted to see blood, and he let her go.
Okay. Donna, what's your, is there common spelling D-O-N-N-A?
Yes.
Again, like I said, we're going to sign on your behalf. I don't need to inconvenience any more by taking you downtown to have you sign or anything. So we're going to be signing charges for felony imposition and unlawful restraint for right now. If we can find more charges, we will. All right. If there's anything else that our PLA can add onto it, so that's what we're going to be signing on. If you want to, you can leave right now. We can be. I got your statement, so we got your information, but we'll call you if we need more. Okay.
Okay.
You may get a call from a prosecutor or something.
Okay.
Just for showing up for court.
Okay.
If he goes to court. So that's about it. Okay. Did you have any questions for me? Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Despite the guy's attempts to downplay the situation, the man was arrested and charged with felony sexual imposition and unlawful restraint. Thanks to the quick thinking of the group of women, a heinous crime was prevented, and the victim, now with the support of her boyfriend, can begin the process of healing.